Well, hey folks, Species7 here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Watt's Farm and a, well, less than beautiful spring day. It is the same day. It's actually only a couple hours later, but, well, as you can see, we are being slopped upon. Something you may notice that is different, part of the Seasons mod, we have that little thing up there that says Wet Crop. Now, we can still plow, we can still cultivate. I believe you can still even seed. I wouldn't suggest making hay bales, and I don't think you can at all do any sort of threshing. So, that's a thing. Now, yeah, that's unfortunate too. See, this is something that makes me wonder, because I know that hay bales will rot if they get wet. So, kind of like the old bale extension mod. But I noticed, oof, excuse me, it's thrown away. When Reefy was doing his little tutorial thing, there was snow inside the buildings. And I see here that there is rain inside the buildings. So, how the heck are we supposed to keep our bales dry? Yeah, doesn't seem to be any sort of a difference in buildings either. I was hoping maybe that stock included in placeables type Giants building might be. Well, that's really odd. So how does one store hay without it ruining? Well, anyway, we've luckily don't have hay at the moment. I have finished plowing all 3 of our fields. And a question, I actually left a question with Reefy as well, so he may get to me before anyone else. But I'm thinking it would be a good idea to sort of complement the way that we're playing this, to run at 5x speeds. Now, it's not something you don't want to run, and keep this in mind. If you've got a hired worker anywhere on your map, don't run at increased time speed unless you just don't give a darn about money. Because they'll continue to work at the same speed, but they'll get paid whatever rate you enter. So yeah, if you've got a hired worker and you bump it up to 60x, you're paying them 60 times the amount of money for the same amount of work. Yeah, even on 5x, if you hire a worker, you know, instead of paying him $1 a tick, you're paying him $5 a tick. So, However, we shall not, at least at the moment, be hiring a worker. So, I don't think we need all that on there either. So I decided we would try doing the cultivating with our little tracked vehicle. So we'll see how that goes. This is the cultivator from the Massey pack, which is kind of nice because I was expecting we'd be doing 3-meter cults. And, well, as you can see, we're going to be doing a little better than that. I think this is almost 5 meters. So, let's head out here in the blurry, blurry day. How's it doing? Does it do a nice job? Oh, not bad, eh? Now, of course, I have nothing. I would like to have, you know, perhaps been able to spread a little bit of ferton here, but we don't have any. Because, no, as usual, I will not be using sprayers, and I will not be using pellet fertilizer. We will have to wait until we have critters that will produce organic for us. So, yeah, that means our first few harvests are not going to be wonderful. It also means we need animals as soon as possible. Gotta like the turning radius of tracked vehicles, man. But yeah, I think we'll find, because of the rate things get done, you know, I mean, even if it takes you an hour real time to do a field, that's probably still not terribly realistic, you know. So we can do, with only the 3 fields that we have, you know, basically in a single day, we can do every step and then wait for them to harvest. Like, we'd have the time to do it, right? And I don't think that's quite in fitting with the seasons mod. As I said, I have left it on the stock, so we're looking at 9-day seasons. So, hello, Dixie. Really? No, and Dexter. Well, there we go. The whole crew here yelling at us now. Perfect. They'd rather I was outside working on their kitty thing, but that's got to wait a day. As once I've finished putting the videos together for the day, I need to head out to the other end of the highway, our most northerly point of Highway 101 in this country, most northwesterly anyways. And got to help a young lady with her boat. The last time she took it out, the pull cord managed to extricate itself from the engine, and turned out the return spring and pretty much everything else got buggered at the same time. So, oh, we've completely missed an entire row. How far back? Just to here. So we'll just fix this up like it never happened. Ooh, Nelly. There we go. And I figure we'll back onto it, that way we can clean up our tire tracks on the way back. So yeah, I've got to go out and work on an outboard motor. And the trade-off for that is I will get to go and do some cod fishing. And I'll tell you, I am so looking forward to a little bit of fresh cod on the plate. Boy, oh boy. One of my favorites. Not to say I wouldn't gladly accept a fine halibut were it to attach itself to said jigging line, but hey, cod is as good as halibut to a west coaster in a pinch. Not to mention you get some pretty darn nice sized ling out here. So I guess kitties will have to delay another day. Not sure how many days of sunshine we're going to get. It's not looking too promising. But that's okay. Don't really have to offset to turn around and having to drive all the way back. I keep forgetting tracked vehicle will turn basically in its own dimensions. So. Okay, this is coming along well. Is that catching that last one? Yes, it is. Beautiful. Yeah, much quicker with a 5-meter plow than we were with a 5-meter cultivator than we were with our 2-meter plow. If it was even 2 meters. I think it was 1.9 actually. Looks like we've got another little bit of a miss spot there. It's funny, the cultivator, the color of the dirt matches the ground exactly, whereas with the plow it was slightly lighter. I don't know, maybe that has to do with the amount of moisture. I mean, it would in real life, but I mean, you know, so far as plowing is going to tend to dig up some pretty big clumps, and then the cultivating is just crushing those clumps that are currently there. Not to mention it's hammering down rain, so... course, when you stop, it all piles up in front of the cutters. That's kind of neat. Alright, let's continue here. Just a nasty little day. I wonder what we can... let's bring our HUD back up for a moment here. And let's have a look at... oh, I think I have to be off the machine, don't I? Possibly not, come to think of it. But I want the weather forecast, so let's have a look, shall we? Oh! Well, we got a couple of days of really nice sunshine. So tomorrow a little bit of clouds, so things aren't going to dry out that much, but it might be a good day to cut some grass. And then, yeah, we got a couple of days of sunshine. Nice, okay. Okay. Oh, I guess I can close that again. Yeah, there we are. It does work, it's just... Oh, F also turns lights on. Whether it's alt or not, it does still turn lights on, so something to keep in mind. So far, getting pretty good support on this map from you guys, and I do appreciate it. Of course, that may change a couple episodes in. There's that whole novelty thing all the time. You know, whenever you list something as episode 1, it always gets a bunch of, you know, as I say, novelty views, I guess. And then it quickly relegates itself to the old same old category, and you go down to regular. So we'll see how we do. We will indeed. But yeah, I really would like to see this bumped up to 5x. What's up, Mr. Dexter? No, you can't come in my lap, buddy. I'm actually trying to work on a field here. Yes. Oh, I know. You're such a good boy. What? Huh? What? What? Oh, fine. Come on, then. Jeez. Like, oh yeah, that's gonna make life easy. You're gonna stand right in front of the microphone. And you're gonna lick my hand while I'm working the mouse. A little bugger. Alright. Yeah, oh. Oh, man. And then you had to toot? Are you serious? Oh, thanks for sharing that, Dexter. Man, you little monkey. Oh. I'll tell you. Kitty farts. SBD. Silent but deadly. Ugh. I guess they don't really have any butt cheeks to flap, so they don't make any noise. Is that down? Yes, it is. Good. Oh. I'll tell you. That's... yeah. Anyways. And then he leaves the room. Nah. Yeah, I'd leave the room too, except I can't, you little bugger. Yeah, stand in the hallway and yell at me. I didn't do it. Kinda love the turning radius on this thing. Look at this. We'll just hold the W and the D. I love it. It's almost perfect for this cultivator too. That's great. Okay. And yeah, it looks like we're going to be an entire episode trying to get this done. You'll notice that we're a couple of kilometers slower each row that we go here. This end of the field. It's one of the things I really like about this farm that Clint did so well. You know, the fields do have good contour to them. Some spots are a little bit excessive, but, you know, I would imagine unless you brought fill in or spent an inordinate amount of time and money and effort and vehicle maintenance and everything that goes with it, having perfectly level fields is probably the thing of pipe dreams. I mean, unless you live in an area where it's, you know, flat as a freaking board naturally. And there are certain areas like this. I've driven through parts of, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba for Canadian areas are quite typical of where you may find literally horizon to horizon flatness. You know, almost ocean quality flatness. Yeah, I have missed a row. I have a feeling maybe this cultivator's a little shy to one side, but it may just be my driving is a little shy to one side. Never discount the possibility. We're almost done. Doing a nice job of it. So we got 19K left. Now, I don't know. Do we actually have any crops? No. Absolutely zero. Wow. Ooh. See, now that makes it interesting. That really makes it interesting. We're going to have to hope that the seed bags that were left here, or what's in the seed silo, was in fact what was left of their seed crop, because we are not going to be using purchased seed. Start getting into that whole conundrum. No, not gonna happen. Yeah, see, now we're down to 5K, so we only lost 1K on this row. Oh, boy. Now we're back up to 6. So one of my viewers was commenting last night or this morning, whatever it may have been, but they're playing on a map that is, I guess basically, now I can't remember the exact wording, but sort of it's meant to have the Seasons mod on it. You know, it's like the old MR mod where you had to buy MR ready, or buy, you had to have MR ready maps. It wouldn't, you couldn't just use, you could use MR kit, but it wouldn't work properly unless the actual map was prepared. So yeah, it was a Seasons prepared map, I guess, basically. I'm just wondering what exactly that entails. Because I do have another map in my folder, I'm just not really quite supposed to play it yet, as far as I know. Right, Darren? And it's really nice, and I look forward to playing the Seasons mod on it. And it will end up probably replacing Altenstein at some point, but we shall see. Is that a plow line all the way down there? Please tell me it's not. Oops. I think it kind of is, though, isn't it? So, let's just get rid of it in case. There we go. There we go. And we'll take her up, and then we'll only have one more row. And we can head over to field 14 and repeat the process. Indeed. Indeed. Well, hopefully we will have some critters in stock before winter sets in, if nothing else. And I would hope that from this episode on, we will be playing a 5X. Like I said, I'm just waiting to get some confirmation back. I don't want to ruin this first attempt at the Seasons mod by, you know, maybe skipping through something important or messing up how the mod uses the timing or anything like that. I don't really want to at this point. That almost looks like it got the entire thing, eh? I'm just going to clean up this edge a little bit anyway, seeing as we need to head down the hill to do our next job. Here we go. It's just this side that sticks out a bit more. There we go. And let's lift her up and head down to 14. I still find it hilarious this thing goes so quick. And there we go. And I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. There we go. So yeah, not bad. This thing drags this cultivator around no problem, but then it does say it only requires, I think, like a 48 horse tractor or something. So there we go. What a wonderful, wonderful day. Hope you all enjoyed the episode. If you did, please hit the like button. Really helps out my channel a heapus. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to do so. Don't forget to ding the little bell so you'll be notified of whatever I happen to put up. And, hey, dummy, get out of the rain. Yeah, it's just like my little scooter. Cool. Oh. So, there you go. This has been Species7 for Watts Farm with the Seasons mod. Wet crop, wet crop, wet crop. Take care of each other, folks, and ciao for now.